My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Herzal's Workshop here in Monster Train. We're going to be continuing through to the Covenant 25 Challenge Steward stack, powered up stewards that you won't want to play. We start with 2 additional train stewards and the advanced prototype. So the advanced prototype is going to give them each +5/+5 damage shield 2 and multi-strike 1. And then additionally, we have simple plan. Non-champion units cost +2. Start with Sketches of Salvation. So I have one thing I desperately want here, and that is Wildenton. Because Wildenton being on that floor via some ascend-descend tech gives us the ability to run pretty effectively here. Because Wildenton can come in with the, specifically the give everyone on the floor quick, enchant with quick. And that'd be pretty good. I can see the value in that. There's also, in Hellhorns, more access to descend tech. Otherwise, we have to rely on one uncommon from Awoken for descend tech. So the second being Hellhorned Unexiled seems like a relatively good choice to me. It's also worth noting both of these clans have some way of buffing the damage of a multi-striker quite effectively. Whether it be Rage, or whether it be just straight up Root Seeds, as well as Razor Sharp Edge and such. Let's go out. Initially, I was actually going to make a case to not use Umbra or Melting Remnant, because a simple plan also says non-champion units cost +2, start with Sketches of Salvation. So them costing +2, non-champion units, it doesn't say non-champion, non-morsel, so that means that morsels would just be dead. 100% dead. Not a thing we can really do. Imps, not really a thing we desperately want to do either. The Melting Remnant constantly reforming and replaying things. There's definitely some play in there. However, playing things that are reformed for 2 is still pretty harsh. So I was going to make the case that Stygian was going to be relatively good for the possibility of clearing other waves with different spells, but I've used a lot of Stygian recently, so instead of randomizing just between these 3 clans, I'll just pick these 2 and go. Okay, no descend tech available to us except 2 fortifies and 2 stings. It's quite a good base tech from those. All right, find an artifact for Rage, not decaying on friendly units. That's pretty damn good. Merchant cost reduced by 25% is also really good, though. Okay, Awoken Banner Merchant of Steel. We're going to want to visit, like, all of the Merchants of Steel, I have to imagine. Try and upgrade. So what? We've got in the base deck... Yeah, we've got 4 of them getting summoned to mid-floor. Then ideally, we don't operate with that mid-floor anymore, so we need 2 relatively early removals. And then focus upgrades on the following. And ideally, we actually want to, like, super upgrade one of them and then start duping that one. This guild marker actually may be more than we were bargaining for here. Okay. Enchant quick, enchant quick, enchant quick, enchant quick. So we can still do something with this. It's Strangler? Maybe? For the ability to get some sweep, regardless of whether or not we can kill the frontliner. Also just keeps the units on that floor, so high HP units don't just run past us consistently. Or I could just play Thornlord on the bottom floor by itself, have it buff itself, sustain itself with the HP, and then have it buff while... No, I'll go Strangler. I'll go Strangler, and then we're just looking for Predator, Predator, Predator. Well, 2 levels of Predator, right? We don't have 3. We don't have the ability to get 3 levels of Predator anymore. Non-boss enemies enter with spikes 3. That actually could probably ruin our day. But money means so much to us right now. Okay. I'm actually just going to sack Wildenton on the bottom floor, I think. Just start root seeding the target that'll stay in back. Torch there that we absolutely have to do. Prevent that incoming of damage at the absolute least. Return to the bottom floor for another turn, though. Focus growth is not unplayable. Shiny Steel behind isn't bad either. Gotta go for the Shiny Steel behind. Gets the appropriate kills this turn, and then the next enemy moves up into their death. You'll love to see it. Vine Grasp's really good, so is Razor Sharp Edge. So Vine Grasp's really good because it allows us to put the Wildenton in the front of the line after it gets to the middle. Why is it important to be in the front of the line after it gets to the middle? Because then it has the ability to sweep enemies before they... before the rest of my units attack. Razor Sharp Edge has obvious synergy. I'm gonna take Vine Grasp. Going Ritual of Battle here? Yep. Okay. Vine Mother would still be playable from Awoken unit banner. Not many other units are playable by themselves here. I think that's fine. We still need to go with the unit upgrades. Multi-Strike definitely goes on one of them. Really. Multi-Strike and then just giving that a +10 is totally reasonable. Let's do that. And then I save as much money as is humanly possible. Because we go into the next Merchant of Magic on the left-hand side again. Unit drafts, but the unit ends with 10. So the enchant is not for haste. It is for spikes, but I think we can basically do exactly the same thing that we did last time. Hopefully we get the super-powered one in the middle line. We do. Nice. Get him, Wildenton. Is it time for a Shiny Steward? Yeah, the line above us succeeds no matter what, so yes. And all is right with the world. Don't need to win this one instantaneously, but that'll get us basically as close as we can. Nice. Another unit draft and... whoa! I was about to say, we found another Vine Grasp and we don't want it. Well, there's a Razor Sharp Edge, though. It's another Ritual of Battle. I mean, what do I spend my energy on after the first cycle, right? Just buffing my units. Take the Ritual of Battle. Literally, the unit draft there was just 10 extra gold for us. Hey, it could matter. It could legitimately matter. Steel. Having a unit come in with Rage is not bad. Especially if I'm going to be giving Rage to units anyway. Give you a +10, then Rage. Get a reroll there as well. Quick initially existing on a unit's pretty good. Helps that unit defend other units for us. Okay. Let's do that, and I think we're also at the point where we probably want to purge one of them. Yeah, none of those, thanks. Trap Shoot and Steel Bully Claw. Descend a unit to the bottom floor, play days 2, or ascend to the Pyre Room and play days 3. I guess if a unit... Are units ever going to get bias? They really shouldn't. We haven't hit any Ascend cards yet. That's the big downside, right? Found 2 Rituals of Battle, but no Ascend. So we're going to have a difficulty setting up the lines as we'd previously identified with Wildenton. I really don't like that. Skip. Uh-oh. So now we need, like, tireless ascent to actually be able to do that. So you remove one with no upgrades on. Tell us. Why don't you tell us how you really feel? Enemies armor, they get knocked back, all good. So just play Will Denton on the floor, on the bottom, and just sack it effectively. You're the quick one, so you're the one that I'd be giving the Ritual of Battle to. Honestly, I probably won't give you the Ritual of Battle. I'll give you the Razor Sharp Edge instead, because I do need you to maintain it as long as possible. Okay. You do have the incant Trigger the Floss. That's fine. The unit with the most multi-strike should get the extra damage there. And then no casts on the bottom floor. I don't want to trigger that incant at all. There's the focus growth to save this unit this turn. And sure, I'll throw out a Fortify. That's fine now. Defense is more than the incant gives the enemies. So right now that Ritual of Battle gets one extra kill on the bottom floor. That's really all it secures for us. Fine. I'm instead going to set up, well, lethal as soon as the enemies want to acknowledge it. It's a lot of enemies I'm going to have to get through at the same time next floor. Don't love that. Seven, 2, 2, 4, 2. Yeah. We'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be totally fine. They all go to that floor. That's okay. They don't manage to kill all the units here. In fact, they don't manage to even kill one, and then you die to this floor. Solid kill right there. There are options. All right, that Awoken Rail Spike looks real damn good, don't it? Adapting Mutation's also really good because I am putting a bunch of rage on targets. So the Awoken Rail Spike is really good here because it'll give us the ability to get, you know, Focus Growth, Ritual Battle, Razor Sharp Edge, all the Root Seeds. It'll give us the ability to get a lot of very important card cost decreases. Hard pass. With the amount of zero cost that we're missing from this deck, as well as the fact that we just picked up the Awoken Rail Spike, we're taking Fell's Remorse this time. Okay. Dupe and double remove. So a dupe and double remove right now would give me the ability to get like another quick Shiny Steward out there, or maybe even another full multi-striker Shiny Steward out there. I don't really have that much money to utilize on the other side, so I think it's a pretty brainless choice here for us. I still really don't like this. I'll take Strangler. So the removal here is the 2 Train Stewards with no upgrades. Okay, and then I will dupe the one with the best upgrades. That is the multi-strike rage, right? No, wait, multi-strike? What's damage? Or is it still the quick one? I mean, I kind of need that floor to have a fair few quick units so I can actually kind of avoid dying. Because I didn't get my Will Denton plan off. I may not even get it off at any point. Numbers gains, multi-strike. As long as I handle this thoughtfully, we should be fine. By which, of course, I mean we are screwed. Denton, let's rotate those around. And it's the quick units that really ought to be doing more damage. God, I really want to use that Awoken Railspike right now. Guess I'm waiting for the second cycle before I use that, because 1, 2, 3... Yeah, for root seeds. I mean, the longer I just keep them on the bottom floor, the more time I have to buff the middle line. That's something. It's not nothing. Granted, it's damn close. I say it's close. It really, really isn't. Okay. It's all good. Let's go for one super easy kill there. Nice. So you're quick. You'll be dealing 56. So if you don't want to waste any damage, you hit this one first. It's 56 2 times already gets the kill there. Then the person with the most multi-strike is the person who takes the +2. And unfortunately, it looks like we will take some damage as a result of that. As it happens, it turns... it turns out as it happens, rather. Waiting. Yikes. Fine. Good lord, I hope this kind of turns the tides. Hey! Only had to take 9 damage there. Confirming the end of that. Hey, that's so good for us. Emblem of the Herzals at the start of each turn. The front friendly unit floor on each floor gains +5. That is deeply, deeply important to us. Channel Song doesn't have the ability to hit anything. Can't really be utilized effectively. Focus growth is... it's fine. I'd happily put a second copy in the deck. These are less so. Branding Right's theoretically possible. Some health support. Pierces, so I get to play it 2 times on a frontliner. Okay. It's probably exactly the ideal armor support for our units right now outside of the consume for +25. Herzals. I'll be able to afford something at that merchant, actually, so... because of the guild marker. Stings get +20 magic power. We have some stings in the deck. We do only have exactly that many. Exactly that many. When I said some, I didn't say couple. We don't have that many. What do you got? Well... units get an extra upgrade slot, right? And we just upgrade them all again. Volatile Gauge is interesting. Gets a lot of draw, but... well, double Focus Growth, double Ritual of Battle are in the deck. Oh, there's a Branding Right in the deck as well. Never mind. Stings definitely don't get magic power out of this one, I'll tell you that much. Let's go for a Woken consumable card. And Hellhorned if we get it. Nope. We're not going Pyrestone Housing, so we're going over here for the dupe afterwards. So what, I dupe another quick unit? If I'm duping another quick unit, what am I cutting? Because I'd want to cut before I go there. Let's see. More multi-strike is good for rage, for not rage buffs, but for just buffs. I think I cut the rage. Get another quick unit out there. No. Yes? Now we're going into this fight with one less. I think based off of the giant power spike of just having gotten that volatile gauge, we'll be okay. Also, very thankful that I went energy based on the pickup of that volatile gauge, I'll tell you that much. Front line with quick. Let's go Woken Rail Spike. Oh, can't even play either of those because they both randomized to the 3. Rude. It's all good though. We get a Branding Rite as well as a Ritual of Battle, as well as a Fortify out. It's definitely paying for itself in terms of its value. Okay. So I'm already drawing 8 cards next turn. I don't need to use a Focus Growth here in order to increase that, but I totally could. Actually increase the amount of... Hey, you know what? That is sweeping through all the enemies at the moment. So you'll have that, and then I'll armor up. There you go. Second floor is now extremely safe for us. Now the multi-striker can actually get their buffs. This enemy has sweep, so I actually do have to be really careful here. It's entirely possible they just kill us. Give the largest multi-striker up there, and... Perfect. Yeah, never mind, we were totally O-fine. Totally O-fine. Absolutely A-O-fine. Next strike was really going to be the rough one, so glad it worked out that way. And Snare, Bramble-Ash, Wildwood, no. Don't need any of those either. I like that the game is making it very simple for me to turn down cards by offering me almost nothing I want. Very kind. I only need one triple multi-strike unit. That's the one that I put the damage on after the quick units are overwhelming the rest of the line. Fel empowers units with rage. We're totally fine against this one. Get a... Tool of Battle out there, and Awoken Rail Spike, really? For 2? Yep, for 2. Ooh, that's a good Awoken Rail Spike for 2 right there. Okay, is that frontliner now reliably double killing targets? Yes, okay, my quick are now reliably killing the target, which means the rest of the buffs go on my bigger multi-striker. Although where possible, I support the health of my units. Speaking of where possible, the bottom floor is always going to overstack with rage like this. It's not going to be tenable for long. That is to say, to support the bottom line for long. So what, 41, 12, 12, 24, 11... 35, 10, 45, 15, 60. Yeah, okay, I don't get to attack this. Well, I can kill that target. 12, 12, 24, 11, 35, 10, 45, 41. So yeah, I definitely can't defend this turn now. Okay, good to know. I think I may have to buff this front target until they're dealing enough to... yeah, kill these individual units. 1, 2... buff on my own target. That'll do. Unfortunately, they did get a sweep through. Basically the worst case scenario. Okay, so now our frontliner is only really living based on our ability to support their HP. But it's kind of fine. Thank heck for the Emblem of Exiles, just again and again and again. Really constantly coming in clutch here. So what? You're quick, you'll attack, kill. Shiny Steward doesn't attack, cool. So the Shiny Steward is going to be attacking, that is to say the Shiny Steward that has the multi-strike and not quick is going to be attacking at the very end, so it really doesn't matter to use that torch. Just have to go more root seeds. And again. And one more go. Yes, so before I get a comment about it, the reason I've been buffing the front quick unit is so that the front quick unit has the ability to take down the tankiest units, and then the backline quick units take down the backliners, because I haven't had access to sweep and quick on that floor. That does, however, leave me vulnerable to the frontliner not being a tank that protects the backliners who are doing most of the damage. Effectively, I'm making the judgment that I think it's more risky for us to allow normal waves to get hits against our Divine Shield and our main character. And that equation probably changes as we get towards the Seraph fight, especially because the Seraph has so much HP. But I'm just gonna note what's going on in terms of that right now. Well, that adaptive mutation kind of solves all of our health problems. So basically the adaptive mutation here says put all of your rage on actually just the frontline target and then adaptive mutation them afterwards. Energy again. It sure is a double remove as well as a Merchant Magic over on this side. Find me a double stack, please. Holdover. Holdover negative costing a Ritual of Battle is not bad here, I think. I'd dupe that if I had it. So let's make it then. Permafrost. Permafrost on adaptive mutation to hold it for exactly the right turn to cast it is pretty good. Get another Ritual Battle on the cost decrease. Gains +5 health. Cannot be healed. So here's my concern. Will Denton has a really hard time if I can't heal things. I think I go Heartstone and pop that on the Shiny Steward with the most multi-strike. Yes. I have one more space to find tiresome climb. Let's see if we do. Those two stings can probably be easily cut. Well, when they're castable, they're still probably better than the fortifies. That said, the torches never do anything. No, the torches give us some access to backline. No, not much access to backliners. Significantly less access to backliners upcoming, actually. Because they start having too much HP for that to actually impact them. Predator? No Predator. Yeah, so we just get the final level of Strangler. And then Strangler literally just sits on that bottom floor and tries to protect us for as long as possible. Is there a plus 10 in here? There's not. Okay. Bounce. So the midline is going to lose a lot as a result of this, right? But all of the midliners survive. I could set up Thornlord on the top floor, but we're going to need some time for the mid floor to stabilize. So I think Will Denton probably goes on the bottom as per usual. I could kill one of these, saving myself 10 damage to the pyre. Honestly, I don't think that's as impactful as just buffing. So we use Root Seeds and Razor Sharp Edge on a target. I think it's probably quite likely we end up losing the Shiny Steward in the front line. So I'm gonna start buffing this one. Start buffing the one that I'm probably gonna be using the adapted mutation on. Okay. I can Vine Grass the back line, save some damage here. Okay. I am also expecting that Shiny Steward eventually to die. So focus growth, focus growth. Adaptive mutation is unfortunately high cost right now. And that unit becomes an absolute powerhouse off the back of it though. He could give you quick. That'd be so good. Save some HP on that bottom floor, just in case. That's a decent amount of Ember Drain on it. And when I say decent, I mean an indecently high amount of Ember Drain on it. Well, we're finally going to lose the Ember Drain unit. What did it cost? Everything. Okay, so here we go with the its cost again. Then just a big ol' Rudia battle. And in fact, I'm going to move... Yeah, the armored units can both sit at the back because so what if they go to the top? There's our easy kill. Nice. Find another 400 as well as Bramble, Shard, Awake. Yeah, hard pass on all of those again. Last Stand has a position in this deck. Hey, that tiresome climb would be good if it wasn't for everything else that's going on, right? Is it still good? It's not better than the Last Stand. really hard to be better than last stand there. Okay. First attack of strikes, no. +3 across the board, probably not. Lights gift. One at the end of the room below the pyre room, so that's not going to protect us against light wings or anything like that. Spells get an extra upgrade slot is not unusable here. In fact, it's quite usable. Remove consume, give it a +1. Remove consume, give it a +1. I need to cycle through the deck. It's a little bit weird right now. How much more can I remove if I was focusing exclusively on that? Could get Torch, Vine Grasp, Sting out of here. Those Fortifiers also want to leave. In fact, they want to leave more than the Stings. But then after that, pretty much every hit with the Awoken Rail Spike becomes ridiculous. Okay, here's our play. We take the Lightstone Casing. We decrease the cost of the Awoken Rail Spike 2 times. You also make it not consume. Frost isn't what I was looking for there, but it's okay. Then the rest of our money is allocated towards removing everything that looks like it can be. Okay. Finally, Permafrost on last stand is totally fine, and then a +10 to hold on to Focus Growth. Might as well put it somewhere. All right, Seraph. Ideally, the first spell of our turn will be the Awoken Rail Spike, because it can't consume under any conditions. It's just not possible. Okay. Throw away the Fortify on the bottom line, and then it's just the frontliner I want to make as large as possible, right? Do I still stand by that when there's a shiny Steward standing directly behind it with the more multi-strike? Yes. No? Yes. Wait, no, you get rage buffs and you get stat buffs. That's how we do it. And in fact, even draw up to 10 next turn. There's the Awoken Rail Spike, unfortunately, if I want to play it. Hey, it says consume now? What? Wait, does the Seraph the Diligent now re-override the Eternal Stone? Do I have to get rid of the branding right this early? Kind of looks like it, right? Hey, at least these two cost less now. Yay. Also get to keep the Adaptive Mutation for the next turn. These Vengeful Shards having randomized costs is annoying. I'm probably going to stop casting them. Okay. Consume. Let's throw out a double Ritual there, and then Awoken really just for one more draw. Good enough for the moment. We hold on to Adapt Him in Last Stand, both of them with good costs. Okay. Definitely Sting on that top line. Then Ritual Battle, I can just Last Stand and then Adaptive Mutation right now. That's not a problem for us. It would effectively just, not concede. It would complete the fight. Your turn. So that floor was a little bit of a problem for us because we'd let it overstack so much on the bottom floor, but that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Some damage suffered on that floor as a result of it, definitely. Yikes. Please stop trashing my deck. Self-mutilations have to get out of there. As much as I want to continue playing the Ritual Battle, I think that has to get played as well. Okay. Good work in Rail Spike there. We actually get a reasonable heal off of it. I'm pretty confident this is going to be fine. But you can tell in the way that I expressed that, yeah, I'm pretty confident. Guess we'll see. Okay, well, at least they're cost lowered. And we are moving into the final wave. So we go 1, 2, purge, purge, and then the extra damage against that backline there. Look, 233 is a lot of HP to work its way. Yeah, exactly. We lose 120 on our frontliner, but that's fine. In fact, that's pretty much perfect right there. Sorted. Thank heck we had the volatile gauge come in there so that I'd actually have the ability to play as many of those as I really wanted to. The volatile gauge in the final fight actually may have been a detriment though. But yeah, that's fine. It still enabled me to get very, very overcosted cards that I necessarily otherwise may not have drafted. Adaptive Mutations with the Rage is so good. Oh, one of my favorite kind of little bits of tech right there. Especially because it was probably like one of the first real, like, super interesting tech points that I got into when playing this game. That is to say, you know the situations in SCS where you're like, ah, yes, but the draw occurs after the card has been played. Oh, sorry, the draw occurs when the card has been played, and then they hit the discard pile after. It's like it's a novel utilization of the core mechanics that exist within the game. And it was the first one that I stumbled across that I was like, oh, okay. I feel like I'm cheating the game by doing this, but it was definitely very much intended. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There is going to be more Monster Train content coming down the pipeline in the future. As we finish these custom challenges, we are afterwards going to go back to doing some C25 stuff, seeing what we can do for a little bit of time. But there has been the announcement of the next DLC. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. In the meantime, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.